Yes. So what happens is, hence including the equator, there are 90 degrees parallel and 90 degrees north and 90 degrees south. So hence including the equator, there are 181 parallel on the earth. So 0 also they are including there and making it 100. So this indicates whether the place is in the northern hemisphere or in the southern hemisphere. The places near the equator are said to be in the low latitudes, while those near the poles are on higher latitudes, means higher up. The parallel lines of a latitude having the following characteristics. All parallel lines are complete circles except north and south, 90-degree north and 90-degree south, which are points only. The equator is the largest parallel. The length of other parallels decrease as one moves away from the equator towards the poles. All parallels are located at an equal distance from each other. The distance between any two parallels at an interval of 1 degree on the surface of the earth is about 111 kilometers. 1 degree is equal to 111 kilometers. The equator is the only great circle, while the other parallels are small circles. You see 2.2, all are one. The equator is the largest one, the red one, and the rest you see they are going smaller and smaller, smaller and smaller towards the earth. The 80 degree has become the smallest, 90 degree is the point. Got it? Now what are the important parallels of the earth where we can measure, we can come to know? The axis of the earth is inclined at an angle of 66.5 degree to the plane of its orbit. Okay, now where do I show this to you? Okay, we'll do that. I'll show it. So you will see on 2.5, 2.6, the important parallels like that. It's tilted on 66.5 degree. The inclination of the Earth's axis helps us to mark the important parallels on the globe. It is not like this, it is like this. Okay. The Tropic of Cancer, 23.5 degree north, it's toward the north, northern hemisphere. 23.5 is the Tropic of Cancer, and the 23.5, okay. The Tropic of Capricorn is at 23.5 south. The Arctic Circle towards the north, 66.5, tilted there, the points. The Arctic Circle again 66.5 below is pointed at the points, because North Pole and South Pole are the points, they don't have their circles. Now in 2.6 you will be able to see, I just now told you. So heat zones, what happens in the heat zones? All parts of the earth do not receive the same amount of heat from the sun. All parts don't, because it's tilted, na? It's always the rays falling on the topmost part. If it's tilted, suppose how to explain, suppose it's not straight, it's tilted, and the sun is falling from this side, so rays will hit the closest part, or it will fall darker. The straight rays will hit here, and the rays which go will take time to go towards the bottom part, so every part is not getting the same sun rays. The above important parallels help us to divide the earth into three heat zones. 2.7, the torrid zone, and we have the southern temperate zone and the north temperate zone, and there is a frigid zone. Both the points are the frigid zone, the coldest parts. Now the torrid zone, all places located between the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. So between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn and the equator, not towards the top, between, experience the vertical sun rays, straight sun rays, at least twice a year. This region receives the maximum amount of heat and is called the torrid zone. The word torrid means hot. Okay. Temperate zone, places outside the torrid zone experiencing slanting rays, okay, of the sun and receive less heat. These are called temperate zones. In the northern hemisphere and in the northern hemisphere, the area between Tropic of Cancer and the Arctic Circle is known as the northern not temperate zone. In the northern part, you see here from Tropic of Cancer to the Arctic zone. Okay, to the Arctic zone, that is called the temperate region, and in the south, it's called the Arctic Circle. Sorry, it's between the Tropic of Capricorn and Antarctic Circle. Antarctic Circle. So one is the Arctic Circle. The northern hemisphere is called the northern temperate zone, and the below part is called the south temperate zone. Now frigid zone beyond the Arctic Circle and the Antarctic Circle. It is very cold as these areas receive extreme slanting rays of the sun. Thus these areas are called the frigid zone. The north frigid zone lies between Arctic Circle and the North Pole, and the southern frigid zone lies between the Antarctic Circle and the South Pole. Because it's tilted, the least rays goes there, and when it's turning around again it comes there, the least rays goes there. So they are the coldest zones on the part. Meridians, or we'll keep it till latitudes here today. We'll do the longitudes in the next class. Okay, that will be much better, so it won't be too much pressure on you. Okay, so I'll just give you a brief explanation about it. I have given you a brief explanation about it, so that easier for you to understand. So just the basic rule is, the basic rule about is, I can say, is globe is a true, actually the globe is a true model of the earth. A needle is fixed through a globe in a tilted manner, which is called its axis, and the imaginary line on the globe divides it into equal parts. This line is known as the equator. Okay, 4 important parallels are there. Parallel circles from the equator up to the poles are called parallels of latitude. It's measured in degrees. As we move away from the equator, the size of the parallels of latitude decrease. The 4 important parallel latitudes, I'm going to say this and keep it till here today. Tropic of Cancer 23.5 north, Tropic of Capricorn 23.5 south, Arctic of Circle 66.5 degree north, that's the point in the north, and Antarctic Circle is the 66.5 degree south, that's the another point. So we have 2 points. It's tilted on the 66.5 degree, right? We have the heat zones of the earth, the torrid zone, maximum heat, the temperate zone, a moderate temperature. The frigid zone has a cold climate as the sun rays are always slanting. Correct. We'll keep it till there. Okay. So next class when I come, I'll explain it to you. The longitudes will go. Okay. And then when school opens, it will be easier for me. When there will be grids, I'll be able to show you how to locate a place. Exact place we'll do it on the grid, and if we have those coordinates, if they are called coordinates, and then you go home and put it on your cell phone and put it on the GPS, it will give you the exact location, which street and where it is. Okay, because we won't have a larger map, we need a larger Wikipedia map to show an exact location, but if we have coordinates, we can get the actual information of where that area is and how many kilometers it's there from which place. That I can do for you, but rest I'll give you the coordinates. You can go and put it on your mobile, and you'll just click it on your GPS and it will show you all the places where you are. It's very easy. Till then, you be home, be safe, and take care of yourselves, and love your parents, respect them, and the best thing is do whatever you want after you do your studies. See you. Bye bye. Take care.